Thank you for listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.
Call yourselves Title Town? Are you kidding me?
That's fraud.
It feels like a gray area.
Spoiler alert, Canada. Cup's coming back to the US of A.
There's way too much negative stigma attached to strippers.
I hate you guys so much.
My dog just shit his ass.
Hey, everybody, what is going on? It is Wednesday night. That means it is time for another edition of Craft Root Sports. I am Mike. With me, as always, is Scott. Scott, how you feeling tonight, man?
I'm feeling excellent. Pre-game show shenanigans were on fire. I am feeling great. Let's go.
I don't think there's going to be any way we recreate that same conversation. We're just going to have to release that as a post game because there's no way we recreate what we just did
None.
on the air tonight.
That was fantastic.
That was well done. Yeah, so I'll do that as a post game show. That's definitely what we're going to do.
We are coming in hot.
Also hanging out with us, he's been listening to nothing but emo music and Dashboard Confessional for the last 2 days. He is sad. He is broken. It is Mookie. Mookie, how you feeling, man?
Fuck that motherfucker. We've been around for 81 motherfucking years. We will forget your bitch ass sooner than you know what hits you. I cannot wait till the bayou eats you alive and you melt when you walk out into that hot Louisiana summer and just the spices in the air melt your pale ass motherfucking skin right off your body. Let's go Irish. Let's go Marcus Freeman. We will continue. We will prevail. This is just a bump in the road. It's just a bump in the road. It's time to shake things up, boys. I'm ready to go. Let's fucking go.
Sir, this is a Wendy's drive-thru.
Oh, all right. Well, in that case, can I get a number one double, everything on it, Dr. Pepper. I would also, can I get 2 JBCs and then a small, you know what? A large chili. A large chili.
Is this Brian Kelly's order?
Hold on. Do you actually order junior bacon cheeseburgers as
JBCs? I hope not.
I mean, obviously, who doesn't?
Obviously.
That's the most smug way ever. Don't do that.
No, it's not. It's just quicker. Why use lot word when few matter?
All right, thanks, Kevin Malone. Also hanging out with us, intern Christian back in the speakeasy. What's going on, Christian? How you doing, man?
How's it going? I'm good.
Good seeing you again. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, man.
I mean, yeah, it's Thanksgiving, but
Lots of Bud Light Limes.
oh yeah.
All right, good. Glad to have you back,
Bud
man.
Light Limes.
We got an awesome show. Look, there's probably going to be a lot of Brian Kelly talk tonight.
Fuck
we're
that dick.
We're gonna talk the ridiculousness that is college football right now, college football playoffs. Scott's gonna do his haters guide to Hard Knocks, and I think we got to get into some hot stove talk because it is heating up already, fellas. Before we get to all that, though, let's talk about these beers that we are drinking this week. Scott, what is in your mug this week? I'm assuming it's some type of pumpkin beer.
It's December. Pumpkin beer month. Don't stop, baby. In fact, I'm just jocking off you. I'm trying to be more like you. So I finally got around to the PSL. So I'm drinking a pumpkin spice latte tonight. Y'all already know from Mike before, almost 7.5% pumpkin ale. It's pretty damn good, man. I'm rating this on the Brian Kelly sucks scale, and this is him sucking the fattest of the fatty. Like it's damn good.
Fatty Dumpy, if you will. Is it a Fatty Dumpy?
Yeah. This is him not winning a championship for a decade.
Matt Barr wants to know: are you jocking me or jacking me? Very important distinction here.
I'm jacking him. I'm jacking his style by jocking
Just
him.
jacking.
Mookie, what do you got in your mug rated on the Brian Kelly suck scale?
Yeah, whatever. Fuck that guy. I'm drinking a fluffy pumpkin from Odyssey Beerwerks. I clearly have time to look this up on Untapped because
that was
I had
me. I
other
had that
things.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, very
It's
excited
good, real
for
good.
it. Real, ooh.
That was like the first one I had. I enjoyed that one a lot.
Yeah, that's
wow. This
really
is delicious. I will say, for this to be the only pumpkin beer I was able to snatch up off on Beer Drop. Beer Drop. Yeah, it's that kind of night, man. I'm holding it in. I'm holding the rage in right now, and I feel like I'm doing a really good job of it, being coherent and sticking to the script. But I'll go ahead and rate this a Frank Leahy, because I will not speak that man's name nor give him any credit for anything he did here. I believe he was the first coach to have wins vacated. So I mean, like, seriously, dude, you do belong at LSU, and I think you're gonna have a real fine time down there. So again, the fluffy pumpkin,
the jilted lover.
jilted lover. No, see, what you don't understand though is that he's now locked into that nonsense, that kind of situation, if you will. But we're on The Bachelor right now for like the next 36, 72 hours. Like we're getting to holler at a lot of different situations and see what we want to work with for our next season, if you will. And it'll be all right. It'll be great. Like, look, the world's not ending. We still have a talented roster. We still have both our coordinators. We've got our strength and conditioning coach. Like, things are going to be fine. Just fine.
Drew, I just want to say, Whitey pointed out that a number 1 double at Wendy's is just the number 2.
No, that's false. Actually, the number 1 is the single, double, triple. You have to specify the patties. The number 2, I think, is something else now. I think it's the bacon cheeseburger or whatever.
Okay, fair enough. Robert Taylor wants to know, who do you like more right now, Brian Kelly or R. Kelly?
Why do you ask questions you know the answer to? I'm OP on you. Drip, drip, drip.
Okay.
All night long.
And Robert Taylor's right. You do sound like an angry altar boy right now. Christian!
I was an altar boy. I was never that angry. I was more sleepy and passed out, but not angry.
Drew, I think that means you were drugged. Christian, what were you drinking? Or what are you drinking tonight?
Tonight I have Rolling Rock Tall Boys. The most efficient beer of all time. The most efficient beer of all time.
I believe Rusty called those dad beers. He got a real strong dad beer vibe off of those.
You have 4 of these before you go out. You'll be sitting in the bar and you're like, whoa.
All right, so on the Brian Kelly suck scale, where's this one fall?
I mean, it basically kind of sums up Brian Kelly's whole career. Like, never going to be the best, but 10-1, 9-2.
He was there. Every once in a while, a 5 and 6, because I just that year I mailed it in. It was tough.
This Rolling Rock isn't as good as it usually is tonight. It's more like a 5 and 6.
Yeah. So now, Christian, I gotta ask: is this the kind of bar that you're having that Rolling Rock in? Because again, now I have since moved. I'm at the Backer down in South Bend, Indiana.
That is, they have Rolling Rock on tap at that bit.
Yeah, they do.
They have Rolling Rock on special there. It's 2 for 1.
And that's the best part. They got buckets and they got drafts. So it's kind of like, you want to start classy and then get into the cheap shit. You got all kinds of options. But yeah, I'll be here for group therapy for probably at least the first, third of the show or whatnot. But yeah, Christian, again, you gave it a what on the Brian Kelly scale?
Oh, just basically his career. I know.
Fuck that bitch. Great answer. Mike, what you drinking tonight?
I am drinking First Mug Mocha Porter from Grand Teton Brewing somewhere out in Colorado. It's a really good beer, man. I'm doing porters all month long, and this is a strong one to start the month. A lot of good chocolate flavor, really good coffee flavor. I would give this one on the scale of Brian Kelly sucking. This is like the suckiest Brian Kelly could suck. It is the ultimate in suck. And that's a good thing on the scale because it's the top of the scale. Because Brian Kelly sucking the worst is the top of the scale. Robert Taylor chiming in kind of. He's doing some work around the house. He said he's drinking a Mason Ale Works Get Rad, an 8% ABV golden stout with coconut, vanilla, pineapple, and cherry. Dear God, man. That sounds amazing. By the way, I missed this one earlier. Matt Barr said, I take back everything I ever said about Brian Kelly, seeing how upset he makes Mookie. He's good in my book.
Okay, so before I go there, who else on the show is expecting Mike to mispronounce pineapple?
Oh, you mother.
Wait, what did he say?
You said
He said it right,
he
but like
thought I was gonna say it because
I
I say apricot, so he thought I was gonna say pineapple wrong.
No, I was gonna say, how could you say it? Pineapple? Like,
who knows? Who knows? It's sure, man. Like he always surprises me.
Yeah, with his caramel. His caramel.
Gabe says he's drinking Accumulation Winter Hazy IPA by New Belgium, rated as hydraulic lift. Oh, God. I should have read the comment. I should have read it.
So does that mean it's good or a dangerous idea that at the end won't really come back on you for anything meaningful? Where does that?
Matt Barr said he's drinking Tito's tonight with the holiday season in full swing. It's Skinny Boy Vodka season 2.
Now, see, I don't understand that.
Pop's chiming in saying Kelly may be more of a dick than Jerry Jones.
That's whoa.
Who has a harder time finding their dick, Brian Kelly or Jerry Jones?
Well, listen, as we know, Brian Kelly is just fat, unlikable Bob Stoops, so it's definitely Brian Kelly.
That would make a lot of sense, yeah.
Besides, Jared doesn't need to find it. He'll call his son Steven over and be like, "Hey, find my dick for me and hold it."
It done wiggled off. I can't find it.
Yeah. Brian Kelly has problems, but Jared's fine. He's got a couple of sons. I think he's got a son-in-law too. Hey, come over here and find this dick for me. I lost it again.
Hey, other son, feed me popcorn while this one's grabbing my dick. Hurry up!
Right.
I got a piss and I want to eat some popcorn. Let us
same time.
Let us know in the comments what you're drinking and rate it on the Brian Kelly suck scale. Gabe coming in hot, by the way, guys. I don't know if you saw this, but Gabe has breaking news. Tommy Rees is staying at Notre Dame.
Fuck yeah.
So
eat a dick, Kelly.
Why have we not just announced Marcus Freeman as the coach then? Because why you're not convincing an offensive coordinator to stay if you're bringing in a head coach from outside, because they're going to want to bring in their own people. It's not like you're going to go up to Luke Fickell and be like, "Hey, Luke, listen, we want you to take the job. Also, you have to work with Marcus Freeman and Tommy Rees because that's part of the deal." He's going to be like, "No, I'm going to bring in my own people." So just announce that Marcus Freeman is the new head coach, move on, and let's hope for the best come the next round of college football playoff rankings.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Because obviously, Mike, what's happening? And I'm back up in the presidential suite here, just outside the negotiations, trying to get you guys all the scoops. Really what it is, they're trying to figure out the roles and responsibilities and the way to split it up between Freeman and Rees. Because obviously, Tommy ain't no chump. I don't know how he got here, but he's earned himself a paycheck. So what he's looking for is that like associate head coach or that like head coach in waiting kind of situation to make sure he's elevated past just an offensive coordinator. And Marcus Freeman, trying again to be accommodating, given that they're both kind of early risers, is also trying to figure out how to keep, Tommy happy, but also make it very, very clear, this is my program now. I'm no soft fucking Burger King eating pussy ass bitch. This is the Marcus Freeman show. And so he's trying to weigh those things out, and they're trying to make it all work in the administration to make sure that everyone's happy and satiated, and also making sure that they can spread out the love evenly, because it's not just about the coordinators. It's about the position coaches. When you break it down, they're the ones working the players every day. They're the ones out there on the road recruiting. We got to make sure they're whole and they're happy, and they understand that Notre Dame, we're a family. This ain't no business. This is God's team, and we're here for a purpose.
Okay, that was a great diatribe there, Drew. It doesn't answer the question. Why hasn't Notre Dame just announced Marcus Freeman as the head coach now? Why are you locking in offensive coordinators and head coaches in waiting when you won't be getting somebody from outside the university then? Like, it's clear that Marcus Freeman is the guy. Just announce Marcus Freeman is the guy now. Like, it's done. Everybody, all the signs are pointing to Marcus Freeman as the guy.
But Mike, and what time is it? It's 8:15, right? This news doesn't break at this point, and then you say, "Oh, okay, at 8:30, when everyone's kind of winding down for the night, we're going to announce and let someone know about very big, important professional news." Like, people don't do that. If you've had a decision made, you're going to let people sleep and recover, and then the first thing in the morning, you're going to get in there, you're going to talk to them. You're probably you should do it face to face if you can.
Get the cue ready.
He's right. This is Drew. That was such a subtle dig. You deserve it. Well done. That deserves it.
Damn. I'm like +3 for the last 2 weeks.
Scott was ready to jump in and be like, they just announced Brian Kelly at 8:30 at night. And I saw where you were going. It was well done, Drew. Yes, this motherfucker
I think
takes the job at LSU. It leaks. He sends a text message to the team and makes them come in.
No.
7 a.m. meeting to talk to them for 4 minutes and 38 seconds. Scott, I gotta know if you had to go into, first of all, if you had to go into a meeting, let's say you work regular hours, you had to go into a meeting at 7 a.m. How many excuses are you coming up with before you go into a 7 a.m. meeting?
None. I got the one and only that matters. I'm sick kid. I'll be there when I get there. Easy. Done.
I could not believe the gall of being like, men, I was trying to, I'm sorry that this broke. Yes, I'm leaving. I'll talk to you more tomorrow at 7 a.m. If that happens and I'm a player on that team, my text back is, tell me what time the interim head coach wants to meet. Because I ain't coming in at 7 o'clock to have you give me some bullshit and then leave. And that's exactly what happened. He talked for 4 minutes. This was amazing. Amazing of him to do. Drew, what are you taking a picture of right now?
I was taking a picture of my beer so I could check in. I didn't realize you'd be switching back at that moment.
Well, you leaned in like you were going to talk and then immediately leaned away and took a picture.
I leaned in to grab my phone off the table, but also I was leaning in because earlier when you said text the first time, I was like, oh, no. This motherfucker doesn't even text him. There ain't no group thread of Brian is typing. No, that piece of shit doesn't even know his players that well. They had to use like the company portal thing. You know what I mean? It was teamwork. Like, yeah, what the fuck is that shit? I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. I bet you half of those things didn't even get to the players because it's some cheap piece of shit software that they bought. Like, he doesn't even know his players well enough to figure out, a good old-fashioned phone tree to get the word out so that every guy that can get there gets there. No, fuck that.
Can I just ask you a question? And Scott, maybe you can answer this question for me, because it seemed like just a couple weeks ago, if I remember correctly, somebody wanted Brian Kelly to lose every single game so that he didn't break Newt Rockney's record and then get fired. And now Brian Kelly left on his own, and somebody seems very upset about that. Am I reading this situation incorrectly?
The irony is dripping all over this situation. I'll tell you that much right now. Like, the fact that he won all those games and is still leaving, and this dude is still mad. Like, what do you want?
I wanted him gone when I wanted him gone, because I don't know if you two noticed, but that motherfucker's had one foot out the door all season. Remember that Marcus Freeman quote dropped when he said something about him being a head coach soon or in waiting or like he's going to get a job? Yeah, that's because he's like, because my bitch ass ain't going to be here. So y'all going to have to find someone. That's what pisses me off, though, is that he broke his record and then ran his ass out of town 3 fucking weeks later.
Man, this is just the girlfriend who had been thinking about dumping the guy for years. And then one day that motherfucker came in and was like, hey, look, I'm out. And she's like, hold on a second. No, wait. I'm supposed to be the one that tells you that I've had enough. You don't get to dump me. And he's like, that's cool. Like, I already got a wife and kids in another state.
Yeah. So Scott,
cool.
normally I'd agree with you.
Maybe we'll run into each other sometime. But if not, like, it's been real.
Normally I'd agree with you, but the scenario you just played out would have actually had to happen in person. And it ain't even that above board. Not to mention the fact that ain't me, because if I'm the girlfriend in that scenario you laid out, I'm stabbing that motherfucker.
Okay.
So I woke up this morning, realized that the shit that happened yesterday was real, and I chose violence for my day. I don't know about you. I don't know about what she gonna do, but like, this is where I'm at.
We got it. Cool. R.I.P.
I'm just amazed, Drew. I'm amazed at the flip in you from like just a few weeks ago. You literally wanted him to lose every single game so that he would be fired, and instead he won every single game from there on out. And left on his own, and you're still not happy. Like, that's what I don't get about this, because Notre Dame fans have not been happy with Brian Kelly for years. Despite 5 straight 10-win seasons, despite 6 of the last 7 with 10+ win seasons, he's been hated on by the fan base. And like, this is a perfect example. Now that he leaves, he's like, all right, fine. You know what? Fuck it. I'm out. And you're still not happy. Like, you can't win with Notre Dame fans. You can't win any way that it goes down.
No, that's fucking bullshit. And I had to leave the presidential suite because it's going to get real and it's going to get South Bend real right now because that's absolutely incorrect. You're missing the entire point. What we wanted out of Brian was a chance at a title. When he came here, he said he was coming here to win a national title and his job wasn't done until then. Well, you know what this fucker did? He left before his job was done. So I don't want to hear any of that. And he got us into a place where we could have had a shot at it again this year. If we didn't get in the playoffs, fine, whatever. We are still in there, 2 out of the last 5 years? Them's pretty good odds. And as that leprechaun-faced motherfucker said in his LSU interview about, well, you don't have to be the best team on the field or the best team. You just have to be the best team on the field that week. Like, yeah, great, idiot. That's why if you would have been able to actually coach and you would have believed in yourself instead of just cashing in, selling high, you would have stuck around and seen it through because we had a shot at the 4 this year. I bet you we would have a really good shot going in next season at the playoffs again. But he tucked his tail and ran because he knew he couldn't stand up to it. What has he done in his playoff appearances where he's had time to prepare and prove that the recruits he's gotten year over year that have been top 5, top 10, whatever, can stand up next to them boys down in South who actually know how to play football? He's gotten his just rails beaten off him every single time. So again, that's what we want out of Brian. We wanted him to be able to build a championship program, and it looked like he was turning it around, but then he admitted to us and everybody else out there that he actually isn't even capable about it. I cannot wait to see him get his ass beat by Nick Saban when he's motherfucking 85. And to be clear, I mean when Brian Kelly's 85, because Nick's going to be kicking his shit down the retirement village all the way to Joe Pa's grave.
So you've got Brian Kelly getting an extension at LSU because he's got a
10-year
no 60 right now. So you've got him coaching there for the next 25 years.
I did not say just like Swarbrick did this week, be very, legal and attorney like. I did not say get his ass beat at LSU. I just said get his ass beat. So he's going to keep getting fired, and Nick is going to follow him around and will beat the shit out of that JUCO school he gets to. He will beat his ass in the middle school Pop Warmer League. Like, he's just going to keep motherfucking smacking that fool down.
Drew, a couple of things. Tank wants you to start doing shots to take this angry rant to the next level. We need to get you to the next level because you're
Tank,
at like a 6 right
it's
now.
It's almost like I could predict this.
This was like watching that scene in The Grinch when he got all pissed off that he stole Christmas and they were still celebrating. He was like, "Those sons of bitches! Like I fucking took Christmas from them, and they're still happy. What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Except
the difference is, I ain't no bitch like the Grinch. I'm not gonna bend over and change my mind to be like, well, you know what? That's actually kind of sweet. I'm gonna go on that.
Bitch like the Grinch.
There's
the title of this episode.
See, and you know what? Shelly knows what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, Whitey wanted to know what's wrong with the orange lady. She is just staring at you. Probably
she's like, looking at Drew, wanting them to get out the bar.
No, she's like, "What are you doing in here? It's closed."
No, Matt Stanton's got it. The closing shift didn't clean the soda machine, so she's stuck doing it. Orange lady is very
That's the worst,
about
man.
this.
If you walk in there the next morning and that shit hasn't been clean, I always wanted to whoop ass.
Literally, the least you could do. Ask Tim, our buddy Tim Donnellan. The least you could do in the restaurant business is clean the soda machine.
Yeah, you got to take them tabs off and let them.
I don't think Tim even did that, though. To be fair,
Tim was gone before closing. He didn't have a chance to clean the soda.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't clean the soda machine at closing if you are not at closing.
Yeah, Tim would come in at 5 and he'd be gone at 6 and he'd make $300 and he would be happy. Scott, I want to ask you this question because I feel like you would give the most impartial answer on this. You and Christian, because I think Christian would have a good answer on this one too. So Brian Kelly leaves Notre Dame. It seems, and this applies to Lincoln Riley too. Lincoln Riley leaves Oklahoma for USC. Brian Kelly leaves Notre Dame for LSU. These are jobs that you don't leave. Like Oklahoma and Notre Dame are jobs you don't leave. Brian Kelly is the second coach since 1907 to leave Notre Dame for another coaching position. All the other ones either died while they were coaching or got fired or just resigned. Or lied and resigned 5 days after they got hired.
Hey, what's he doing these days?
Or are black and got ran out of town very quickly.
Ty, I wanted him to do well so
I
bad.
wanted Ty to do so good, and when he started,
Right?
off 8-0 in his first year, I was like, "Oh
my
shit,
God,
this
right?
dude is gonna blow minds."
But-
and then he just went right down the shitter. Right
yeah,
down the
he sucked. Even I was like, Ty gotta go, man.
But
He's
even
Can
Charlie
I say
Weiss got
something?
more of a shot than Ty did. Charlie Weiss was
Yeah.
around for way
he was
longer,
around
and
forever.
Charlie Weiss was still getting $15 million a year until like last season. Anyways, who looks worse in this, Scott? Does Notre Dame look worse because their coach just bailed on them from a program that isn't supposed to have a coach bail on them? It's supposed to be a destination job, and their coach just bailed on them. Or does LSU look worse for stooping to the level of hiring Brian Kelly, thinking that's going to be the guy that turns around the program and it wins them another national title?
The answer is both. Like I'm being serious when I say this. Like I am surprised that he ultimately walked away, because yeah, I mean, you don't walk away from the Notre Dame job. Like that blows my mind. You get fired or you retire. There is nothing in between. And the LSU job, God, it's been all over the place. But seriously, the idea that you've sat there this whole time and thought to yourself, man, Brian Kelly, who hasn't been able to get it done yet, is going to be the guy that carries this program into the next decade and gets it done. Like, I don't get it. Like, for either school, the whole landscape is fucked. Like, it's fucked. Because honestly, like, you're like, USC job is kind of at the moment. Like, it hasn't been shit since Pete left. And leaving Oklahoma for that job? Like, I mean, what is going on?
At least with Lincoln Riley, at least with that one, you can say, dude's just afraid of the SEC. Like, he went from, oh shit, I can dominate in the Big 12, which is not good because Texas is pretty shitty now, and every once in a while Iowa's
not in the Big 12 anymore.
Would you shut up and listen to me?
I just want to talk again. You're not letting me.
Oh man, I can dominate in this conference. To the president going, guess what? We're moving to the SEC, and he went, wait, we're doing what now? I got to coach against two. Now I'm going to the Pac-12 where I can coast, baby. I am gonna rule the Pac-12 in this dog shit conference. I got this. I don't want to coach against real teams. I want to look great beating up on dog shit. And at least you could say that's a reason to go, because OU has that big drastic change coming. Notre Dame doesn't have any of that change. Like, Brian Kelly just bailed and technically went to a harder schedule. Like, you go from a Notre Dame schedule where you're playing Navy, you're playing 5 ACC schools a year, and now he's playing an SEC schedule. Like, it's a much tougher challenge, and it really makes the move even crazier. Christian, who looks worse, Notre Dame or LSU right now?
You mean Notre Dame or LSU? Oh, I thought it was okay.
No, who looks worse, Notre Dame for losing their coach or LSU for stooping to the level of hiring Brian Kelly because they think he's the guy that can do it?
Probably LSU, because like you're just saying, it's the SEC. Like, Notre Dame doesn't have that schedule. Like, if you're on LSU, you're getting every SEC team's best game every week. Like, Auburn, even at 5-6, like you saw what they did to Bama. That's not like an easy win. And like the fact that Brian Kelly thinks he can like lead Notre Dame to 10-2 for 5 years and then go win the SEC.
Yeah, the math is weird.
So
very strange.
Can I jump in now? Because you've just been
Also,
hitting
Lincoln Riley's a genius, though.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
Christian, why is he a genius?
Because, well, here's the other thing. Like, he doesn't want to play in the SEC because he's a young coach. Like, and everyone right now thinks he's like this elite young coach. You go to the SEC, like, that's over. But also, what you didn't see is, so the top 5 recruits that Oklahoma had coming in 2023 all live 30 minutes away from USC and have all decommitted from Oklahoma in the last 2 days.
And recommitted to USC. Maybe not all 5 recommitted, but at least 2 of them recommitted to USC. Yeah, they're following.
So, like, something was going on there.
Dude, can we just talk about
Probably recruiting violations?
Can we talk for a second about how amazing Lincoln Riley's lie was to get everybody off his scent? Because if you guys didn't hear that, he was asked after Bedlam, where they were like, hey, there's been a lot of rumors going on, and I'm just going to ask you straight up. And he goes, whoa, hold up. I'm going to stop you right there. I am not going to be the next coach at LSU. Next question. And they were like, wow, Lincoln Riley, he's staying in Oklahoma. And then the next day he gets hired at USC. It was brilliant move on Lincoln Riley's part to throw people off the trail. I was
Lincoln Riley has a future in politics, is what that is. That man is going to be the next governor of something.
Well, he claims that he only even got in contact with USC the night after he lost Oklahoma State.
Yeah. They called me Saturday after the game, and by Sunday morning, we had a contract drawn up, details hammered out, and it was signed, and I was in Southern California. It was weird. It was just a whirlwind. Happy to be here. Fight on. Did you happy to be here? Fight on. Did you see, too, he had said something about how he's going to make USC the mecca of college football, and USC put that quote on their Instagram, and one of the Oklahoma defensive ends commented on it and was like, he said this same shit to us last week. Lincoln Riley is like a much better version of Lane Kiffin. Like, he is amazing.
He is. Dude, I was just gonna say we might have a new coach here, guys, because he's like the younger version of Lane Kiffin. Like, I might be able to get on board with this Riley stuff. I'm enjoying the cut of his jib.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. And Christian nailed it, because he's got himself another 3 years minimum as that, what you say, that the hot young coach, right? The guy that's like the up and comer, has opportunities and stuff like that. And he did it by going to the Pac-12, where he can do exactly what he did at OU by being just on the outside, because that's what they've been saying, is that this is going to re-legitimize the Pac-12, while the Big 12 is going to collapse into the AAC, basically. And so you'll have the Pac-12, the Big 10, the SEC, and then the ACC is basically holding on for dear life. So he's going to have like a solid 3-year run where it's like, oh, he won the Pac-12. Didn't quite get it right in the playoff, though, but he's still getting his feet under him, where he can then go and cash in later down the road, either at that SEC program when he's figured out how to pay everyone under the table, even with name, image, and likeness, or he makes that, Saban leap to the NFL for a hot second, and then comes back to dominate.
I was just going to say, over under 7 years before Lincoln Riley is an NFL head coach.
Under. I'm hammering that under. That is not even a question in my mind. Hammering the under.
Can we rephrase that? Seasons. How about not years, but like college football seasons?
No. I just meant I meant years. That
7
way,
years from right now, like the clock starts right now.
I was gonna say the clock is ticking the minute, like right now, 2021.
Okay.
In 7 years, will he be in the NFL?
Okay, Scott. The Sharks just came in and they bet down your line to 4.5. 4.5 years is he in the NFL?
I might take the over.
I'm taking the over. 4.5, because he's got to get his players in there. It's going to take a couple years to turn things around. I'm saying by end of year 5, he's in the NFL.
Well, Christian, exactly you just said he had a bunch of commits coming in for 2023 that flipped from OU to.
He had 4 or 5-star recruits coming to Oklahoma, and they all decommitted. And I think. So the number 2 quarterback in the nation for 2023 just recommitted to USC. And then number 4 running back in the country is probably going to go USC as well for 2023.
All right, so that tells me that next year he's going to get a coach in the a quarterback in the transfer portal. He's going to make a run. He'll win the Pac-12, but he won't get into the playoffs. And then the year after that is when he makes a playoff run, and that's when the NFL the talk starts.
The NFL talk has already started. There were already whispers about that 2 weeks ago that the NFL was trying to lure him away. I'm guessing that was his agent messing around with USC to get him a better deal. But I mean, the conversation's already started.
Well, Scott, it wasn't USC because he didn't speak to USC until Saturday night.
That's right.
So it wasn't
but
USC.
But his agent definitely knew and put out there that NFL teams are calling. Hey, USC, if you want my guy.
He's not only going to get a QB in the transfer portal, he's going to get his starting quarterback from Oklahoma. Who is
no, leave him behind, man. No, you're done.
I don't know if you want Spencer.
Caleb Williams is going to.
Oh no, Spencer Rattler's done.
Caleb Williams will be in the transfer portal, and have no
I thought
doubt.
Spencer Rattler's out of eligibility.
No, Spencer Rattler is coming. He's going to go. You know where Spencer Rattler is going to go? Be
Notre
ready
Dame.
to see him in Cincinnati. Nope.
Yeah.
He's going to be with Luke Fickell in Cincinnati. He's going to replace Desmond Ridder, hands down. Matt Stanton says 4 years until Lincoln Riley is in the NFL. And Scott Robert Taylor hit us with
yes.
very tough.
That's an
question
easy
here.
answer. We all know
Who
it.
gets
Lincoln
an NFL
Riley.
head coaching job first, Lincoln Riley or
Hands
Eric
down.
Bieniemy? Mookie, you're saying Lincoln Riley gets one first?
Hands down. So what it's going to be, again, it's going to be that 5-year window we talked about. It's going to take that long for Bieniemy to finally get a real interview because who owns NFL football teams?
Drew, all I'm saying is something just doesn't seem white about that. I can't put my finger on it, but it just doesn't seem white.
Here's where I'm gonna flip this question on its head. I actually want to say that Bieniemy's gonna get the job first. The problem is that in 5 years, the only one of the two of them that's going to be a head coach is Lincoln Riley, because Bieniemy's gonna get hired to some shit job, get 1 or 2 years, get done, and he's gonna be back in an offensive coordinator job because that's how the NFL does black
So
coaches.
you're telling
we gave
me
you a chance.
Lincoln Riley is going to replace Bieniemy. Bieniemy's going to get a job, and then Lincoln Riley's going to take it.
No. So
Okay.
you're telling me then if Riley is going to replace Bieniemy, they're both going to coach in Detroit. Got it. Perfect.
Actually, yeah.
I mean,
actually,
that's what you said. Like a shit job for 1 or 2 years.
Drew
Like,
is 100% accurate.
let's
Like,
go Lions.
that is the type of job that Bieniemy will get.
Yup.
The fans will run him out after 2 years. Lincoln Riley will show up. Actually, God damn it, that's exactly how it's gonna go. I hate
Damn it. That is.
do I get a thing?
Yeah, you do. You get.
Hold on a second. I get the assist. I tossed it up. I mean,
All right,
you know.
Scott, you get
I
partial.
love when you toss one up to me, Scott.
Yeah, that is a.
Yeah, you get a partial rap air horn.
I get a
think
mute on
we've
that one.
exhausted the college football coaching talk, but I do want to address.
Well, no,
the
but
Notre
hold on.
Dame fans.
I do want to clarify though, because you guys kind of just skimmed over a point here.
Brian Kelly killed a kid.
Yeah, well, okay, so that was one of my other notes I hadn't gotten a chance to get to yet,
Okay,
but
cool.
I do believe there is no statute of limitations on murder. So, like, Indiana State Police, what's up? Like, what you doing,
That
man?
would be great if they opened an investigation tomorrow. They're like, you know what? We've got some new details in that whole thing, and we're not saying Brian Kelly's a suspect, but we're looking into things.
Right?
That would be amazing. If we were just like, listen, I think this OSHA investigation was done too quickly. We need to look into this one more time.
The
And then
state
they
prosecutor comes in
my
on full
God.
Oh my God! Wait,
That's
okay, so
better-
hold on.
That's better than the Amish being mad at Lincoln Riley, because Lincoln Riley's getting shit from Amish farms in
What?
Oklahoma at this point. Yeah, there's like an Amish farm that.
Wait a
sign
minute. Do
up.
they watch TV? How the hell do they know what's been going on at
Oh,
Oklahoma?
they ride their horse to the game. It just might take them a couple weeks to get there, you know.
Oh, okay, I guess. I didn't know
they
they were
have a
fans.
carriage.
Like, it seems like don't they deny themselves like all the pleasures and deodorant?
It was like an Amish fruit stand, and they had a sign out front that said, "Our fruit
I
won't
love a
let
good
you
fruit
down
cake.
like Lincoln Riley," or something like that. I'm like, this is amazing.
Hold on a second. How do we know
Amish,
that they're
dude.
not just really good at marketing? They're like, look, we don't watch football, but we know that people around here are idiots, and we'll just capitalize on it. Mention something about hating Lincoln Riley, and we'll sell double the fruit. They're just marketing.
These Amish are very shrewd here in Oklahoma.
I respect their business acumen. Good for them. They go to night school.
That's it.
You suck.
Hey guys, real quick, hold on. I got breaking news here. Because I know how involved all of you are, you know, in again, let's be honest, this is a very personal show. We build a family atmosphere, and I think it's important to acknowledge that. And that being said, breaking news, someone has replaced Jay Cutler in my heart.
What?
And that is
I don't know what you're doing right now.
Tommy Reese is announced, and he had a meeting with the team tonight to say that he is staying at Notre Dame to be their offensive coordinator. It is
Just announce
official.
Freeman. What the fuck is happening? Why are we doing this? Why is this the thing? Just say Freeman's our head coach. We're working out the details, but we've got an agreement in place in
The
principle.
only Freeman
Marcus
I
Freeman will be our head
acknowledge
coach.
is Freddie. So whatever.
Scott, are you excited that Notre Dame's about to have another black head coach?
Yeah, if it goes well. I mean, yeah, if it goes well, I'll be all right with it.
Kyle Brinza just tweeted, if Freeman is hired as head coach and Tommy is retained as OC, this spring game is going to be packed with alumni like never before. Ain't that the fucking truth, dude? This spring game is going to be lit or something. I can't wait. I'll be there.
Oh dear God. Okay. All right.
Oh no, not that. Fuck you.
I want to address the Notre Dame fans that are really pissed at Brian Kelly and not Drew, because Drew, despite his anger and his hostility, has not mentioned the one thing that I've seen a lot of Notre Dame fans mention when it comes to being pissed at Brian Kelly. They are all upset at how he left, which is hilarious to me after him doing the exact same thing to Cincinnati and people being like, well, come on, it's more money. You can't fault the guy for
and the
more
exact
money.
same thing to Western Michigan.
Central Michigan.
Whatever. One of those Michigans that didn't matter.
Scott, that's disrespectful.
One of those
that is so
directional. One of those
Central
directional
Michigan.
One of those
Listen,
directional.
No, this is not okay, dude.
Hey, you're right. No, because Central Michigan is home of the Joe Staley. I am sorry, Joe. All due respect. Sorry.
Okay, that's a better reason than I had.
But I'm so furious reading stuff from Notre Dame
That's
fans.
absurd.
Kelly's an asshole. I can't believe you would leave like that. Like, dude, you just talk shit to UC fans for so long because they were complaining about the same way that he left their program, and now you're
oh no, that's not why I
this
talk shit.
Unreal. No, I said I specifically said not you. You're crazy mad.
No, I mean I talk shit about UC fans because they're fucking terrible at basketball and they like Gold Star, but same difference.
Matt Stanton said you can't be mad at Brian Kelly. Jesus left that team in the middle of the night without telling anyone. Do you think
hold on, rap air horn for Matt, please.
Yeah, you got to give him at least 3 for that one.
He does get multiple for that one.
Nice.
Do you think after Jesus left the tomb, he sent a teamwork message to the apostles and he was like, hey guys, sorry, I had to bolt out of the tomb, but meet at the place at 7 a.m. And they were like, God damn, we got to be up at 7 a.m. This son of a bitch.
No way.
Then they realized, oh my God, we just called Mary a bitch. What are we doing?
Also, they said, Jesus Christ, which is I thought it was a underrated thing. Biscuit says Notre Dame gets a black head coach, makes him the second black person to watch a Notre Dame football game since Rock watched Rudy.
Oh, that's good. I like that one.
Oh, shit. That's amazing. All right, Drew, last words on Brian Kelly.
Fuck that guy. I mean, seriously, he's such a piece of shit. Did you see the video they put together where they spliced in his first days at Notre Dame after he ditched UC and the shit he's been putting out literally yesterday? It's the same fucking thing. The guy is a politician. He doesn't give a shit about any of these kids or universities, but in a way that is so callous, cold, and empty that it's actually worse than an Ed O. At least Ed was out there trying to spread love in the community and,
he was
grow
trying to
connections
spread
with the fan base.
He's trying
Exactly.
to spread cheeks.
Yeah, he was. He's trying to.
I tell you.
Give him pregnant and bring that ass on.
Bring it. Hey, cool. That's a thriesome in my book. Let's go, baby.
Actually, you know what? No, guys, I'll turn this back around into you. What do you think Coach O has to say about this situation?
Coach O in this situation,
Coach O don't give a fuck.
Coach O's like, give him my $15 million. I don't give a fuck. Go out and go Tigers. Don't lie. I'm about to ball the fuck out.
Now people won't judge me for going up to pregnant women at gas stations. Good. And I'm making $15 million. Fuck Brian Kelly.
Do you think that Coach O and Boomhauer from King of the Hill are related?
100%.
And how close is that relation? We talking second, third cousin, or
First.
uncle? Uncle and nephew.
Oh shit. Biscuits saying spreading love is herbs thing. That was my other favorite thing, was all the Notre Dame fans trying to rationalize
Dude,
what if
get
Urban
the
Meyer comes to
fuck
Notre
outta
Dame,
here.
and they're like
If-
rationalizing, like, well, listen, it's all in the past. Like he would
It's
be a
all in the
different guy
past.
here.
It's 3 weeks old. They're like, new
Look,
cycle,
man,
new fucking days.
yeah. Herb might as well be Protestant because he is definitely not in line with the values of our university. That's all I got to say about Herb.
He's a child of God now. What happened then? Let us not, we should forgive. And, like, we can't cast these stones at Herbs. Come on, come back here and redeem yourself.
See, but my biggest problem with all of that, though,
Notre Dame fans are just like, Jesus teaches us to forgive, so we should turn the other cheek on Urban and let him get a handful of this ass too.
Yes, thank you. When you said turn the other cheek, I was like, please make the ass joke, please.
Do I get to give myself?
You
one?
give yourself
that's
that.
that's
You
definitely
earned
one.
it. You earned it.
Thank you very much.
And then Scotty K with 2 apples tonight. At least we got to give him credit for that too.
I'm just Dwayne Wade out here, just standing underneath the photo. You guys are slamming it home.
Slamming, phrasing.
All right, let's do a quick shout out to our friends over at Beer Drop. All
right, I'm a pee.
For all of the people who are tired of us talking about Brian Kelly for the last 45 minutes, we will get off of that subject.
Although we've got crazy high numbers, so maybe we found our sweet
No,
spot.
really? Let's just keep talking Brian Kelly. Welcome to Craft Brewed Brian Kelly.
Craft Brewed, we killed a kid.
Jesus Christ. Shout out to our friends at Beer Drop. Awkward transition. If you want to fill up your beer fridge, head on over to craftbrewsports.com/beerdrop. Fill out your custom profile. They will ship you a box of custom curated beer directly to your door at under $4, starting at under $4 a serving. Awesome beers that you can't get around here in Ohio or in most places in the country. Real local breweries in Colorado.
I did my box yesterday. You were talking about porter season. I was like, now that I'm getting past these pumpkin, it was like 3 of the 5 beers that I put in my box were porters. I'm like, let's go.
That's exactly what I did too. I was like, dark beers for the wintertime. I'm loading up. Go do your own box right now. craftbrewsports.com/beerdrop. If you don't want to sign up for one of the plans, you can still just go shop for beers. $5 flat shipping through our link. So craftbrewsports.com/beerdrop. Go fill out your profile and fill up your beer fridge today. All right, boys. Let's.
I got a beer drop question.
Yes.
Now that, like you said, you're filling up now. Now that we're like in that late winter season, we're past the pumpkin ales. How much are you guys still ordering individual beers from Beer Drop, like swapping them out in the package, or just kind of letting it ride and see what happens?
Every time.
Nope.
I
No,
swap
I
every single time.
I paid the extra money for the platinum thing so that I could swap without paying anything extra. Like they give me 5 and all 5 of them go out. I've never kept
Isn't that so? Like, there's too many goddamn choices, though.
There's so many.
But
choices.
it's so beautiful.
hard to narrow down.
Then you just add it to your cart, and then the next drop the next month, boom, you put it right into your drop. It's that easy. That's
Scott's got it down. Scott just goes and cruises the site and just adds stuff to his cart.
Add everything.
That way he's got a
minute.
cart full of like $650, and then he just swaps them into this the beer drop.
Yep.
And then he tells his wife, "No, that's just Braves championship beer. Fine, I'll return it. Trust me, they'll give us our cash back. No worries."
Guys, last week at the end of that show, I was cashing. I did return $400 worth of Braves.
Oh my god!
$400 worth of Braves championship gear went back to Fanatics. Look, you put everything in your cart, you hit buy, and then you worry about the details later. Like, it's all good. I got my money back. It's fine.
I respect that, Scott. Well
That's
done.
amazing.
Once every 26 years, you panic. Come on,
I
man.
got ahead of myself at the start of the show. We didn't get the transition, so let's do it now. And Scott, I think we need to get a hater's guide to Hard Knocks coming up here. So let's talk a little football. Week 2 of Hard Knocks in season with the Indianapolis Colts. We had a hell of an episode, Scott. As I was watching this one, I was like, man, there is so much gold for Scott to go through here. So I'm going to get you a little music here to back you up. We'll get you some Scotty Doesn't Know. Hater's Guide to Hard Knocks featuring Scott. Go for it, Scott.
Frank Reich doing his best Mike McCarthy impression right out of the start of the show. You're all dumb as shit. I'll be surprised if anybody knows what this is. Oh, wait, someone does? Why would you use something you think they don't know what it is to explain what you want them to do? What a Mike McCarthy analogy.
You got to explain to the people who missed the
I
episode
was
what he did.
just gonna say.
At the beginning of this episode, my man is standing there with a copper grounding rod. And he's like, I bet none of y'all know what this is. And immediately somebody's hand flies up. It's like, it's a copper rod. And he doesn't even acknowledge it without missing a beat. He's like, you're right, it's a copper rod. Anyway, and then just goes into his shit. I was like, you just called it in your entire room of players idiots. Like, there's like, no way they're going to know what this is. Oh, shit. One of you is educated? Well, that's cool. You're not going to step on my speech here. So I'm just going to pretend like that didn't happen and keep moving forward.
Wait,
Frank Reich might be
hold
a
on.
politician some one day.
He hit him with the finger and he was like, yep. This is to keep you grounded. As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted
By this educated son of a bitch over here.
I asked the question, you answered. I didn't want you to answer. Copper grounding rod, stay grounded.
Wait. So hold on. So wait, what was the actual answer? It's a copper rod. It's just
it was a copper grounding rod, and he was making the analogy that they needed to stay grounded. Like,
Drew,
dude,
I don't know
it
if
was
you know
piss
this,
poor.
but Frank Reich broke this down. When lightning hits, there's positive energy and there's negative energy, and the copper grounding rod tells you which direction to send the energy. Stay grounded, guys. Stay grounded. You just beat the Bills. Stay grounded. Oh, wait, they didn't beat the Bills yet.
No,
Sorry,
they hadn't beat the Bills yet. Spoiler alert! Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, my
Spoilers.
I'm just trying to grapple with how stupid he thinks his team is. Back to Scott's original point, because I thought I heard copper rod, and I was like, no, it couldn't be that simple. Like, you really like?
Oh yeah.
Even the crackheads be stealing copper rods out of houses because they know they can.
Which
like,
is
turn that shit
why
into
I was like,
something.
why did he ask that question?
Right, like that's so obvious. I was like, no, I
was like,
couldn't
this
hear that
question
right.
seems mildly racist.
I was
And then the
waiting
white
for
guy
one of the
answered the
linemen-
question.
I was waiting for one of the linemen, like when he's like, does anybody know what this is? The lineman to just be like, it's a girl, dad, woohoo! What is happening in this facility? Good Lord.
Pass.
Hell of a stash, Frank. Second episode in a row, I'm watching NFL footage from years gone by to start the show. Solid stuff, HBO.
Ooh, 80s Buffalo Bills, the early 90s.
I was going
80s
to say
Buffalo
early
Bills.
90s, yeah.
Oh, classic footage.
The Colts have the meats. 49ers legend Bubba Patron is the best thing on this show so far. Turf Monster getting rookies on repeat if we're going to keep talking / showing kids.
Dude, let's stop right there. The special team coach broke down a play, a kickoff.
No, Bubba Ventrone. Get his name. I need people to know that Bubba Ventrone is a fucking special team maven and played for the 49ers during the Harbaugh years. Go.
He's breaking down a kickoff, and he's like, "I want to show you guys the type of effort we got this week."
Yeah, no one cares. No one cares. They just, according to Biscuit, and if he's fucking with me, I'm gonna be super pissed. But they just announced Freeman.
Thank you for listening to the show, Jack Swarbrick, and understanding that we need to just announce Freeman. I appreciate you listening to me as I'm like, quit motherfucking around and just announce Freeman.
Quit motherfucking around.
Yeah, sorry. This is the closest thing we have to a trophy on this show. So that's just consider that the college football playoff trophy right there. Notre Dame, national champs. Let's fucking do it. I'm gonna rip a Kong bong when Scott's done.
Anyways,
Scott, get it.
So they go to the film and they show this rookie first time ever getting on the field, and they're like, this is the type of effort we put in on Sunday. And the rookie goes about 5 yards and then falls right on his face, shakes his head, and just walks off the field. I don't even think they had tackled the returner yet. Like, he just was like, well, fuck it, I'm cut after this, and just walked off the field. And the fact that your dude played it over and over and over again in film session was brutal. Man. That was a brutal move.
It. I was like, man, this is rookie hazing at its finest. The entire team, all the coaches, everybody laughing hysterically at this dude face planting on the kickoff. Seriously, I'd rather watch that on repeat than watch these kids, though. Seriously. Shit, where is I? Arby's on 3. They're taking the sponsorship too far. I really miss DeForest Buckner. That's it.
Dude,
that's all it says. I admit, I miss Defo so much. Is this motherfucker seasoning his bare ass chicken in his motherfucking kitchen sink? Buck, please get this dude and don't eat that fucking chicken. God damn.
Drew, would you season chicken wings in your sink? Like
your bare sink,
bowl,
nothing in it, just
in your sink. Like you just throw the wings in the sink and then season the wings and like rub it in the sink
and then eat them.
Is there like plastic laying in the sink?
No,
it's just the bare ass sink.
Is the plug thing like in like to keep the liquid in? Is it plugged?
There's no liquid.
It was just the drain and
dry
chicken in the
just
sink.
Threw the chicken in the sink. He just dropped it in the sink and then put the dry rub on and just started seasoning and like massaging the chicken
in the sink.
Well, yeah,
like,
no, I definitely do that.
Not on a cutting board, not on like he just did it on the sink, in the sink. Like,
yeah, I'd for sure do that if the garbage disposal thing is plugged. I'm not losing a fucking wing to the garbage disposal monster. So, like, if you plug that up, yeah, dude, if your sink's clean, like, why the fuck not?
Christian, are you eating chicken that's been seasoned in somebody's sink?
No, absolutely not.
That is the correct answer.
I'm just gonna say, how is there any caveats to this? I saw him putting raw chicken in the sink, and before he even started seasoning, I was like, "Why is there raw chicken in the sink?" And then he was like, "Some people might call me crazy for seasoning my chicken in the sink, but I don't care." And I was like, "What?" They think you're crazy because that's how you get salmonella, you moron.
Matt Stanton with the correct take here.
Yeah,
is it a brand new sink? Then that's fair. Yes, you're okay to season in a brand new sink.
Are you kidding me right now? Hold on. Like, if you actually wash your sink and take care with, your cooking situations, that's a totally fine move, man. What the fuck are you saying?
Tank also with the correct take here. It is more acceptable to piss in the sink. Absolutely.
Thank you.
100%.
I've done that.
Yes.
I've never seasoned my chicken in the sink. I have pissed in the sink, not seasoned chicken.
Maybe that's why I refuse to season chicken in the sink because I pissed in it.
Two might be correlated. It's like, that's good enough for me to piss in, but I've done that before. I don't think I'm ever going to season chicken.
What I want to know...
Salmonella going in this...
What I want to know is how far away is your nearest toilet to your kitchen? Actually, your toilet or door outside, or maybe even low-hanging window to your kitchen sink.
Well, window never gets opened, so that's right there. But
so that's out.
Otherwise, not far enough to get anything in the sink.
What?
Like the bathroom is far enough away that if I flush the toilet, poop particles are not getting in the sink.
Dude, that's not why I was asking. I mean, like, if you're standing there and it's like, well, here's the kitchen sink and there's a toilet 10 feet away. Like, what's that distance that you've decided the kitchen sink's the right call?
Wait. Oh, you're
asking the circumstances.
I thought you're going back to seasoning the chicken in the sink. I was like, why would you?
No, but I am like you're choosing. You're not going to season chicken in your sink because you're pissing in your sink. And what I want to know is how far away is a toilet or a front back door, sliding door? How far away is an alternate to pee in your kitchen?
It's not about distance. It's about occupancy. When the bathrooms are too used up and you just got to go.
Okay, that's fair. See, that's fair, and I can respect that. I can.
Scott, sorry we interrupted you again.
It's okay.
Continue on.
It's okay. No. That was probably my most poignant moment in the show, like the one that like upset me, where I had to pause it and take a deep breath. Like, can I?
Oh,
really
we have a confirmed source. We have a confirmed source from The Athletic that Marcus Freeman is the new next and current Notre Dame football head coach.
And current. Okay, there it is. You heard it here first, everybody watching this and not searching on Twitter. The new, next, and current head coach of Notre Dame, as reported by Drew, as reported by somebody from The Athletic, Marcus Freeman. Drew, I don't know if we can play that song. I don't know. Notre Dame seems awfully litigious. I wouldn't play that song.
The good news is
they definitely litigious.
the good news is I know a graduate of their law school, so we're fine.
I don't think that's how that works.
I had already played that at the beginning of the show, so if it was a problem, we were already canceled. So
great. Okay, all right, good deal. Scott, continue.
Yeah, open up a restaurant today, get shut down for health code violations tomorrow. Sounds exactly like an athlete's off the field money making playbook.
My favorite part of that was that when he was cooking, everybody got over and they're like, "Oh man, I'm so hungry," and then he was
shit
like,
about not smelling anything.
I'm gonna go start on the chicken, and they were like, "This dude didn't even start on that. I'm hungry as shit right now. He didn't even start cooking yet."
It takes so long to grill bone-in chicken, like for real. When the fuck was he planning on doing it? Like it's gonna get done at the end of the game if you're sitting there doing that.
And then he says, "I want to start a restaurant. Get ready to sit in that restaurant for 3 hours." You show up, and he's like,
"I ordered chicken hours ago. Did you season it in the sink? Because if so, I'm fucking out."
I ignored the F rating from the health department when I came in, but this is taking too damn long.
I ignored all the complaints on how long it took, but I refuse to eat sink seasoned chicken. See, even crazy ass NFL guy knows JTT is the only Jonathan Taylor we recognize. Frank getting salmonella confirmed. Never mind. The respect bit means he might need a touch of salmonella to shut him up for a while. Bruce rattling off his career sack totals. Fucking legendary flex.
You want to talk about a fucking stage situation for HBO?
Oh God, wasn't it awkward?
Frank Reich, Bubba, and who else was at that table that they were like?
No, it was Steve Tasker, it was Bruce Smith, and Frank Reich. Yeah, the scripted rehearsal dinner that they had, you want to talk about Diggs' son running lines to get the quarterback's name right? There's 100% chance that Bruce Smith asked line when he was doing that segment. It was clear, they had shit-eating grins. It reminded me again because they showed in the season recap, so I was like, I'm not as crazy as I thought. It really was awkward. They re-showed that whole conversation between the GM and the running backs coach, and here's how I know it was staged. At one point, when they're showing the recap, I caught the GM looking at the camera and doing that real quick, he did that real quick side eye and caught the camera, and I'm like, that's because he knows what he's doing is filmed, it's being filmed, it's staged, all of it. It's so awkward. And that dinner gave me those exact same vibes right up until the old strength and conditioning coach makes his grand entrance and they all high around him and he's like, "Hey guys, what's going on? You're eating dinner here?" And DeForest Buckner walks in, "Hey, it's all-time sack leader Bruce Smith." Oh God, it was bad. So bad. Oh,
amazing.
Back to the notes, though. You can't show Marshawn Lynch in Buffalo and not have him talk about the Applebee's in Buffalo. Come on, HBO. Irsay name dropping Edgerrin James so casually. Also, he's high. Which one? Yes. Phrasing Frank, which I guess I got to lead some context to. At this point, Frank was congratulating the guys in the locker room, and I believe he said the words, "I wouldn't rather be in here with any other group of men. You guys are all something." And it was very just sexual in nature, and so I had to hit him with the phrasing. All loads are light. Are we just not doing phrasing anymore? Rapping is the best part of the show and the credits every week. This rap might have been the best one, which again needs some background info. Whatever coach that was, the running back coach, the special team coach, who says, "I don't like rap, I don't understand any of it. It's just it's just," and I was like, that man understands today's hip hop. We speak the same language. He's also probably about 15 years older than me, but rap sucks nowadays. Congratulations for pointing that out.
Ah, well done, Scott. Very good recap of this week's episode.
And actually, I just gotta say, I was slightly disappointed. My notes were a little shorter, but they showed so much game footage during that Buffalo game. We were just like, I can't really shit on the Colts. Like, there's no haters things here for the Colts because there's just Jonathan Taylor running in touchdowns non-stop. Like, the Bills were god awful.
Yeah, this wasn't so much an episode to hate on the Colts. It was an episode to hate on Hard Knocks for being lazy as shit and just being like, you know what? We're just going to show half of this is going to be.
It's just a game. It was like watching NFL films. I'm like, okay, we're just showing the game. Like, that's not their formula for Hard Knocks. Like, nobody actually cares what happened in the game. I know that the Bills got housed 2-3 weeks ago. Like, I don't need to see highlights from it. I've already seen it.
I gotta be honest, after the Cowboys season this summer and now this one, I'm like forcing myself to watch Hard Knocks for this segment. I'm kind of out. I don't like it anymore.
It's kind of jumped the shark a bit, hasn't it?
It's not good. I don't know what to do. I thought being in season was gonna like spice it. It was gonna be like a different view of things. It's not like it's not the same trope of here's the end of the line guys who are trying to make the team and you get invested in them and you hope they make the team and then they make the practice squad and you follow them and see if they make the roster at some point during the year. This is like, okay, let's see how the team deals with the highs and lows of the season. And so far it's been like, dude, maybe it's just that these guys are boring, but this is really rough to watch. It's really rough.
It's rough. And not only that, I think HBO got a little bit lucky because coming into the season, the Colts were actually supposed to be really good. So the fact that they even had, struggles at the beginning and they're, building back up and getting this momentum, HBO lucked out because if they were just straight steamrolling teams, I don't know what the fuck you show. Like, there isn't any intrigue in just watching all these guys talk about their kids nonstop and win a bunch of football games easily. Like, that's what happened in this one. I was like, okay, this is the Bills game. So we know that they beat the shit out of him and he scores all those touchdowns. Like, how are they going to do this? And then it went exactly how I thought, or I hoped it wouldn't, where it's just like, this is just game recap. I don't care about this.
It's literally like, oh, let's watch them try to juggle family life with going to meetings, and then we see 35 minutes of game footage. Okay, cool. This is great. Also, why are we focusing on the stars of the team? Why are we not focusing on the guys that we don't know? Like, follow those guys around.
That makes it more interesting.
Right. Follow the guys who are trying to like move up the depth chart, or you like
follow the kid who fell flat on his face on the fucking kickoff. I want to know that guy's story.
Oh my god, why is that all we saw? And why didn't we see practice that week of everybody ripping on him the rest of the week? Like, every time they practice kickoff, like somebody talking shit to him about don't fall on your face this time. Like, that's who needed to be mic'd up. Drew might be on the right path here. Hard Knocks it's just lost its luster. Christian, are you watching Hard Knocks at all?
Wait, I had a take.
I was never a big Hard Knocks guy.
All right. Sorry, Mookie. I apologize for trying to bring Christian into the conversation. He hasn't got to talk. It's been the Mookie show for fucking an hour and 7 minutes. But no, go ahead, Mookie.
Well, because you fucking should. You guys are over here talking about Hard Knocks, and we still have yet to see Matt Saracen. So, like, what the fuck are we even watching anymore? Look how upset I am. You made me knock over my Kong Bong, dick. And on top of that, the Saracens thing got nothing, and that was all I had.
Wow.
Yep, that was it. And you called my bluff, and I came up empty. So, Christian, what did you think about the Thanksgiving football games?
You sit there and you take this.
This is some bullshit. Damn it. Yes. Damn it.
You take it. You sit there and you take that.
That was well deserved. That was fair.
Yeah, it was.
That was fair.
You interrupted and got so indignant to try to make a Matt Saracen joke. I'm so mad at you for that. And then tried to pivot away by being like, "So Thanksgiving football, huh? Wow, that's
you can't fault me for that, right? Like, at that certain point, we realize you're going down. It's like, well, maybe I can just kind of throw this at my offensive lineman's feet. They won't notice, and it won't be intentional grounding, but I won't take the sack.
Oh,
that actually wasn't a bad analogy.
I mean, what are you going to do? Like, you got to try. Like, you're not going to not try, right? Unless you're Matt Stafford.
Matt Barr saying you should get the mute button. And you know what, Matt Barr? I think you're right. And
Thank
the
you for your
best way to
service.
mute Mookie, let's talk some baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit.
Hot stove going crazy. Matt
Wait,
Barr and his
What
Mets
baseball
have
is there to
be
talk about? Did they
super
decide to
exciting.
cancel it?
No, that has not happened yet.
We've
That's
got a few
tomorrow.
hours.
That's
We got a few
tomorrow
hours for
when
that.
No, I mean
yeah.
it's like
2 hours
literally-
and 50 minutes from now. No more
Yeah.
baseball for a little while.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like I love how it's just so accepted, and despite there being literally nothing else going on in the sports, no one's talking about the baseball lockout.
I love that over the last couple of off seasons, you have seen the biggest names in free agency not signed until midway through spring training. Like dudes waited forever to sign, and teams would not offer like the biggest names. And to this point, they have spent over like $1.3 billion in free agency signings because they know we're getting a lockout, and they're like, we got to get these contracts done now. Yes, give him whatever he wants. Scherzer wants $900 million. Give it to him. I don't give a shit. I'm a crazy ass billionaire who owns a baseball team, and I don't really know what I'm doing, but fuck it, I'm getting Scherzer. And that's how the Mets are running their entire organization. Pay him whatever he wants. I don't give a shit. Don't negotiate. Ask him for a number. Yes, you got it. Let's go. And that's basically how the Mets are running their entire team, and they're signing fucking everybody. It's insane to me. That team, Scott, as a Braves fan, you don't seem shook by all of the Mets signings and that 1-2 tandem of Scherzer and DeGrom going into the season.
No, because this is exactly why a month ago I said you win the fucking World Series and you don't look back. Because if there's a lockout, who gives a shit? World champs. Mets want to sign everybody under the sun. Who gives a shit? We're defending champs. Like it doesn't matter. And I mean, I like Scherzer. I like DeGrom. Those are two. Scherzer's always had my respect since he was in Arizona as a rookie. Like I've watched basically his whole career. So I respect the guy, like the guy. He doesn't have great career numbers against the Braves, so it's what it is. And then DeGrom, he's great as long as the Mets actually score runs, which they haven't addressed. So good luck with that.
And we only have to win games 1-0. That's all we're looking for is the Mets.
Yeah, and then the fact that DeGrom over the last couple of years, I mean, he's had injury issues. So it's like, I mean, it's fun to watch him do it, but I think your point is more apt that if this is what if a lockout on the horizon is what takes it to get baseball off season back in full swing like this, like remember when we were kids and the baseball off season started and it was like, man, teams were licking their chops, and the minute it's like midnight hit and it was just like NFL free agency where guys were already signed like before it even started. And and you're right. And now it's like, oh, it's mid-March. Bryce Harper, guess he's gonna get signed. Wait, what? One of the biggest guys in the sport is just not getting signed. Like it's gotten absurd. So I mean, it's been building towards this, but baseball gonna fucking baseball and probably ruin whatever little bit of goodwill they have left and fully transition to being the number 4 sport in this America. So whatever. Fuck it.
I just think that it's funny that the names and there's big names that have signed, but there's still so many big names who haven't signed. And I'm wondering what their agents are doing. Like how Nick Castellanos doesn't have a job yet is insane to me. Or Raisel Iglesias, like that's somebody else or Chris Bryant. Like,
for one, I'm pretty sure that Raisel Iglesias re-signed with the Angels. So you're wrong there.
Oh, he did sign? I didn't see.
Yeah, that was like 2 days ago. But anyway, part of the reason some of these big name bats haven't re-signed is because I think this whole DH thing is in the balance. So if you're a big name and you're like, this might be my last contract, if the DH being in the National League is a thing, that opens up, the 15 other teams that you might not consider going to if this is going to be your last deal. So, I mean, I completely understand why Freddie hasn't signed, a Chris Bryant, like guys that at the end of their careers are looking at, I'll probably be a DH, or DH is a good way for me to go. I wouldn't sign until that's all ironed out. Is it going to be there? Is it not going to be there? Then you can sign.
Matt Barr said Nick hits a deep drive to left better than anyone.
He absolutely
I love that
does.
continues to get used. You make a great point. I didn't think about the DH. And also, I just want to back up. The Rizal Iglesias deal was announced 20 hours ago, and I was a little preoccupied over the last 2 days with the other news. So baseball.
Oh, okay. No, that's fair. Yeah. And to be fair, I'm probably the only person on the planet outside of people who follow the Angels who's like, oh, geez, that Rizal Iglesias news, geez, that's old news. I don't know. Like, seriously, I thought, oh, if the Braves ever win the World Series, I'm just going to turn off the care button. I've followed what's going on in the last couple of weeks hotter than anything.
Well, but I feel like that's because of Freddie. Like, once Freddie signs, you're probably then the care button goes off. Like, it feels like we're waiting for Freddie for that Freddie domino to fall.
You would think, and yes, that will ease up some of my following, but I'm legit like the Mets are making moves, and everybody's like, well, Braves are defending champions, and I'm like, nah, let's turn this thing into a fucking dynasty. Let's rewrite the wrongs of the past. Remember how they were supposed to win all of those in the mid-90s? Nope, let's do it now. They lost that World Series in 91 against the Twins. Let's rerun that whole decade and get the ones they're supposed to get in the 90s.
Did you see the report that came out this week that Major League Baseball was caught using 2 different types of balls through the season?
I actually read that story just before the show, and man, I laughed pretty hard on the fact that they have the nerve to suspend guys for using sticky substances and are out here swapping balls without the players' knowledge. What a sneaky fucking move.
Oh no, they said they told the players union and players reps about it, and they knew, and they asked the union and the reps, and they were like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, what are you talking about?
Did you also enjoy the part where they're like they just did what everybody else did? All right, quick, how can we get out of this? COVID. And what else is hot? Supply issues. Combined the perfect COVID, supply issues. We were gonna run out of balls. Oh god, it was so genius. So you want to talk about PR? They've got the same PR that the Amish do.
Or Brian Kelly, because you want to talk about running out of balls. He ain't got none. So,
all right, I know. If you can kill a kid and then get up in the world, it's
right. And God, and I'll tell you what, right here, this is a picture from the Holy shit, I work with that guy.
Wow.
Pass.
Oh shit!
I was gonna say this. I was gonna say this was a picture back in time of the last time that Brian Kelly actually had a decent shot at being relevant in college football past his coaching career, and then I realized that
Another big game for fat, unlikable Bob Stoops to lose. That's right there.
That piece of ass.
For those of you that don't know, I know Scott kind of railed there, but Mookie, I don't know if you know what this is all about. The baseball. So MLB owns Rawlings, which makes the baseball. They had deadened balls and juiced balls that they were swapping in based on the event or the teams. Like MLB was literally influencing games based on, like, for example, the London series where balls were flying out of the stadium. Most likely they used juice balls for that. The Field of Dreams game where everything was hitting the cornfield, most likely used juice balls for that one. But then in other instances, they would put in a deadened ball so that you get like the pitcher's duel in the low scoring game. MLB is actively influencing not only outcomes of games or like showing preference, but they're influencing player contracts at that point, because you have guys who are relying on incentives based on how their performance is, and now you've got 2 different balls that they're using. So this is unreal to me. Unreal.
You want to talk about players whose contracts are based on incentives? We should talk about Mr. Porter Jr. and the incentives he had to try to get that triple double, which, God, I can't believe the level of petty the NBA had to take that away from him, but I fucking love it. Based on the looks on your faces, you have no clue what I'm talking about.
Hang on.
I was like,
boom shakalaka!
All right, go ahead, Drew.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I I mean, I didn't want to go that complete direction unless you guys had to take on the subject. So we'll kind of navigate back towards the basics.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit.
Oh, wait, guys.
Actually, no, what I think is important before we get into baseball, though, is that I think since it is the
Did you play golf
offseason,
this week?
that's exactly what I was wondering.
I've got something to tell you about that.
Playing a game of whack fuck here.
Whack.
You tried to get in on me, Scott, before the transition. You tried to get in. Tiger, come on, baby. Oh, dude, when Tiger Woods said, listen, I'm not going to be able to play a full season, but I might be able to make it out to a couple events. I was like, oh shit, Tiger Woods is about to play the week before the Masters and the Masters every year until he dies. I can't wait.
Yep.
I can't wait. And you know what's going to happen?
No, that
He's
wasn't my
gonna
favorite
win
part.
the goddamn Masters. It's going to happen.
My favorite part was, we're not here to talk about the accident. I'm not here to talk about the past, but this back in this golf, I am back, baby. But do not ask questions about that crash. Whatever you need to see was in the police report. They didn't catch me on those pills. We are fucking good, man. I'm back.
He basically, when they asked him about the crash, he did the Dave Chappelle knock over the water, and then he ran out of the room. Like, I'm playing. See, all right, bye. See ya. That's it.
I was told there wasn't going to be any questions about the accident. That was the conditions of this fucking interview. What the fuck?
Why is Chappelle not pulled that own fucking line of his then at some of these meet and greets that he's intentionally holding to talk about his shit? God. But anyways, back to the point, Mike.
That was good golf. Oh, sorry. I thought we were done golf. Go ahead.
No, we're not done with golf. The most important part is, what is the tournament that is the week before the Masters?
I don't know. I don't remember offhand.
Oh, wait, it's not the Colonial? The one up in Columbus or whatever?
That's the Memorial, not the Colonial.
I mean, like, same kind of thing, ancient
totally
history,
different.
whatnot.
Totally different thing.
That's cool.
No,
Whatever,
I don't
dude.
believe it's that one. I don't think. No, I don't believe it's the Memorial.
Well, that sucks.
I want to see Tiger.
But back to baseball.
I want to see Tiger at the Masters, and I want to see him out at the one where it's like where everybody's going crazy on the 16th tee and the 16th green, and they talk all kinds of shit. Because the shit talk to Tiger Woods would probably be amazing once he gets back. All right, that's golf time.
Playing a game of whack fuck here.
Whack.
Guys, let's talk hockey real fast. I need to talk hockey real fast.
But hey, as they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
Scott, did you see that Lemieux got suspended 5 games for biting Brady chicka? And the father-son, it's the first father-son duo to get suspended for that offense. How crazy is that, right?
Matt Barr went to an Avs game last week.
Wait, which game did he go to? Because they hit hard in daily fantasy one day last week.
I don't know. There was a fight right out of the gates. So he was there last Thursday or Wednesday. So look at the schedule.
Is
Wait,
this guy's name just random? Is this guy's name?
Are you talking about like Keith Kachuk?
No, his kid.
No, I was gonna say, I was like his son.
Brady Kachuk got bit. And he got bit by Brandon Lemieux, who is Claude Lemieux's brother.
Why does this guy sound like a goddamn Pokemon character? He's
wait,
what character?
Are you trying to throw shade? Like, you don't remember the great Keith Kachuk?
No, I remember Keith.
Oh,
Choo-choo. I got it. I got him, baby. I know who you're talking about.
Keith Cow.
Mike, you would make a great squirrel because, like, you're just all up over them nuts.
Brady
choo-choo.
Cow.
Makes me think of buffalo sauce.
What? What do you say?
I said it makes me think of buffalo sauce when you say ka-chow.
Is that buffalo
Dude,
sauce?
Notre Dame Twitter is lighting up right now.
I'm sure it is. This is the coach that everybody wanted. Yeah.
We're missing out on so many quality takes. Like, we should just open up the lines. Scott, listen, he's got at least 2.5 years. All right, would you back the fuck off?
He just hasn't taken us to that next level, and he's very. I can't put my finger on it.
Something's not white about him. I can't figure it out. I don't know what it is. There's just shades of things that are wrong with Marcus Freeman. That's the glimpse of the future right there. Here's what I can't wait for. Fast forward 12 years from now. Fast forward 12 years from now. Marcus Freeman is now the winningest head coach in Notre Dame history, and Drew can't wait for him to lose every game so that he doesn't pass Newt Rockne and he gets fired and then gets mad when he loses.
Listen, dude. All I got to say is I don't see color.
That was weird because I was thinking if we fast forward 12 years into the future, it'd be like Urban Meyer's just finished up his 5th year at Notre Dame, and he's not any closer to winning a national title than Brian Kelly was when he left.
Also, Lincoln Riley just led a Tom Brady team to the Super Bowl. It's bizarre. It's insane.
That team was
but
the
he
Lions.
didn't win though. The team was the Lions.
Gabe pointing out the Texas Open is right before the Masters. Thank you, Gabe, for that one. Appreciate you on that one.
It's like a terrible tournament.
What a great night, fellas. This
has been insane.
Wait, it's still nighttime?
The pregame.
I thought it was dawn. I saw sunlight because it's the dawn of a new era. Is it night? It's still nighttime. How's it night? That doesn't make sense. Oh wait, hold on. I got a picture for this one. Hold on. I've been saving this one.
Oh dear God, here we go. Mookie with a surprise. This never ends well. Oh, there he is, passed out
after a successful, victorious football weekend at South Bend, Indiana. Just collapsed over on the concrete, staring at touch on Jesus, and reminding the security guard that I am a God-fearing Catholic and taxpayer as he beats me.
Drew, when you passed out at Notre Dame, did you have the Emmy in your hand or was that back in the car?
Oh no, we put her away before the tail. We put her away before we went into the stadium. Yeah, she got locked up real good. You know what? You know those little tags.
I just want real quick, Christian. Go ahead and finish that cracker you're eating. I'll get you on camera here.
Oh, dude, you got crackers? I would love
crackers.
You got some
Crackers.
Like some salt. I could use some saltines.
Wash down
right
those saltines. If I were to tell you that one person on this show that you were joining as an intern was an Emmy Award winner, and then you sat in on the first episode, would you have picked Drew to be that guy?
No, he would have been last, probably.
Hey, I'm just glad to be included. That's all I got to say. I appreciate being on the list.
So this weekend for Notre Dame is so good, but what happens Selection Sunday when it's just coming as like the 6th?
Oh, they're not making the playoffs. Like, we're not getting in because they're like, oh, you lost your head coach. You're definitely not.
That's why they needed to get a coach now, because the selection committee was like, we're gonna hold that against you. If you don't have a coach, we're gonna hold that against you. They needed a coach. They needed to name somebody. Freeman.
So wait a minute.
Here now they can't hold it against them. There's no drop in continuity. So now all Notre Dame needs is two of the following 4 teams to lose, and they are in. They need Alabama, Michigan, Cincinnati, or Oklahoma State to lose. Two of those four to lose, and they are in. I'm telling you, man. You're shaking your head.
So, no.
2 of those 4.
Two lost Bama.
No, 2 lost Bama is not getting in over.
Yeah, they are. If they lose Georgia in like a close game,
you're not okay. But if
the playoff wants that rematch.
If it's only Alabama that loses, then yes, you're right. If it's only Alabama that loses, Notre Dame is still not in. They need 2 of those. If Michigan and Cincinnati lose, Notre Dame is in. If Michigan and Oklahoma State lose, Notre Dame is in. If Alabama and Cincinnati lose, Notre Dame is. Any 2 combination and Notre Dame gets in. And you know what's going to happen? We're going to get fucking chalk on Saturday. All the teams who are supposed to win are going to win, and it's going to be the same top 4 that we have right now as the top 4, with the exception of maybe Oklahoma State jumping Cincinnati.
Bullshit. Ohio State's getting in.
Dude, I got to be honest. At this point, Notre Dame needs to make it in because Ohio State is sitting right behind them after losing to Michigan. So if Notre Dame doesn't make the playoffs, it's going to be Notre Dame and Ohio State in the Fiesta Bowl, and Ohio State's going to win by 100. I don't want to see Ohio State in the Fiesta Bowl at all. Mike,
here's the thing. We're fine. We're going to be in then. If that's truly your theory, if 2 of those 4 teams need to lose and we're in, then we're good. Because like, don't tell anybody, but like Luke Fickell has been in one of my closets since this morning. Because it's like, well, if the Freeman thing doesn't go over well, I just want you here just in case.
Listen here, Judge Alex. You're gonna come hang out here in the.
We're just gonna chill for a while. We're gonna have a good time.
Luke Fickell is what you get if you order Adam Sandler off Wish. That's what he looks like to me. And I can never unsee that. All right, let's talk about these beers we were drinking. Scott, what'd you have in your mug rated on the Brian Kelly suck scale?
I was drinking PSL, the old pumpkin spice latte that Mike had a few weeks ago. Listen, he nailed it then, nail it now. This is Brian Kelly sucking at his finest. In fact, this sucks so much that Brian Kelly wasn't able to reach this suckitude at Notre Dame, and that's why he's going to LSU.
Fair enough. Mookie, what were you drinking? Rated on the, you know what? You're texting and not looking. Christian, you were drinking Rolling Rocks. What were? Where do you?
Rolling Rock Tall Boys. Distinction there.
How do they rate on the Brian Kelly suck scale?
So wait, is good like him sucking the most?
Yes. Yes.
Good. Yeah.
So
Good is
like,
the most.
This is a next year. This is a next year at LSU. His 2-10 season that he's gonna have.
Yes.
Wow.
Christian,
That's some damn good Rolling Rock.
I don't know what Mike told you about your class credit, but I'll double it, man. Appreciate that. And
Drunk Mookie, Drookie, what were you drinking?
All I gotta say is I wasn't texting.
He was Kong Bong.
Were you Kong Bong prepping and playing? I can't hear. I don't know why you do this stuff without the microphone nearby.
I don't know why he does it without telling us so that we can't like kind of help out.
Plan.
Oh, here we go. We're getting close. Maybe.
Okay. All right.
The buildup isn't going to be worth the squeeze.
Is this the inside and outside of speech? Oh,
God. Okay. It was New Rockney, man. Come on.
I know.
Never heard of him.
I was drinking first mug Mocha Porter. This is basically Brian Kelly's non-10 win seasons. Just kind of forgettable. Started off promising, forgettable in the end. It was okay, just not great. And if I would have had more of them, I probably would have drank a little bit more. But since I don't, I'm not upset that it's gone. All right, fair enough. Mookie, you want to go ahead and rate your beer at this point now? What were you drinking and rate it now that you're not trying to do comedy on the side?
That's what I was trying to do there.
I don't know what you were trying to do.
At least there's a name for it, you know. I was really hoping for that. We're gonna go. We're not gonna stop until we got him on the run, and when we get there, and then with other stuff. I drank Fluffy Pumpkin from Odyssey Brewery. Fantastic, very strong beer. I'm not gonna say it's Newt Rockney level. I'm going to say it's better than Frank Leahy, and I'm going to give it a good old Lou Holtz.
Oh, a Lou Holtz level. That's a
Lou
good
Holtz.
one.
Lou Holtz level. By the way, did you see his son actually got fired this last weekend?
I did see that.
It's such a thing.
Poor Skip.
The whole family just struggling through.
They have a Merry Christmas.
It feels mean. Do you think Lou Holtz hates Thanksgiving just because he doesn't want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving?
100% chance. 100% chance. In fact, sir, give yourself the rap air horn.
Yes,
again.
I got it. Yes, it feels good. That's a good place to end the show too, fellas.
Imagine him bitching about this. I hate this fucking day every year.
Hey, Dad, happy Thanksgiving. Oh, fuck off. Never Thanksgiving to you too, you son of a bitch. Listen, everybody, this was a damn
We
good
should
time.
have fantasy craft brewed sports. Like, you should get points for your air horns and minuses.
I feel like
for
every
your
week
booze.
this show is fantasy craft brewed sports.
That's another thing.
Yeah, but no one's going back and scoring it. Like,
Lou Holtz can't stand fantasy football. He hates that one too. He's
I really hate those Thursday night games. God damn it! Always forget to set my lineup.
I don't know why Lou Holtz, his fucking Bugs Bunny on this show, but he's
Sylvester.
Sylvester the cat. Yes.
Hey, at least he's not Mickey Mouse. You know how that ends, right?
Boy. Everybody, go follow the show at Crafty Sports on Twitter and Instagram. Throw us a like on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube. We're live every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock for ridiculousness like this. Hopefully every week Notre Dame loses their coach so that Mookie can be super upset and it can be this entertaining. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcasts. Also, shout out Belly Up Sports, bellyupsports.com. Go hit them up. Tons of amazing content. Subscribe, rate, and review to all of the podcasts on the Belly Up Sports Podcast Network. We will see you all next week. Go Marcus Freeman. Cheers, everybody. We're out of here.
Freddie, come home.